My name is Robertina. If you're new here, if you're returning, welcome back. If you're new, make sure you subscribe so that you can keep seeing more of our videos. Yeah, and in today's video, I'll be just sharing some of the tips that some of the tips that I know would help during your 6 weeks newborns vaccination. All right, so first off, I want to say thank you for anyone who's been on this journey with me. Indirectly, directly, I appreciate you and I don't take it for granted. All right, that like, that comment, just checking up on me on my Instagram page really means a lot. All right, so I want to share a tip first because this is 2 days later. The tips I shared them on the day that I was going to the hospital. That was like 2 days ago. All right, so you'll be seeing that shortly. But I want to kick off with the first main tip, which is very important. I've come to realize after the 2 days, and I did not mention it in the 5 tips that I shared. So I want to say that it is very important to make sure that you have ready food in your home if you're going to have your kid vaccinated. I convinced myself that I would come back home and cook and all that, but it didn't work. All right, so it didn't work, and yeah, you can see everything. You have your whole plan laid out, but it just did not work for me. So I felt really bad that I couldn't even step in the kitchen to cook because the kid is crying and you have to console her. You have to be there for her. I'm those type of mothers who will not let my child just cry. All right, if she's crying, I'm picking her up, I'm comforting and consoling with her for as long as it takes. If she's sleeping for 5 minutes, the 5 minutes I'll take to go get my bathroom break. All right. So cooking is off limits, not off limits, it's off the plans that you have with the vaccination. So what you can do is prepare in advance. That's a mistake I made. I did not prepare in advance, and mind you, I have 2 other children, my husband, and I don't have a nanny. I don't have a housekeeper who comes on a daily. All right, so what I have is someone who comes here 3 times a week to do the cleaning and just help with a bit of food prep for me to cook. All right, so that day I didn't make food plans. So we ended up taking out. We bought some KFC, and for the kids they had some pizza, which is something we normally do every now and then. But that day they were shocked that, "Oh, Mom, today is a school day. Why are we?" Sorry, it seems that my audio went off, but basically I was saying my kids were surprised that we were having takeout on a Monday. Yeah, but yeah, the point here is to make sure you have a meal plan done, batch cook, get someone to cook, make sure that you have food. That is a very, very fast tip that you need to ensure that you're observing if you have a kid who is going to be getting vaccinated. And so yeah, I ended up getting a rider to bring some items, which I'm going to show you next. So starting off here, I have my fruits. I have some sweet bananas there, or I came to learn later they're called apple bananas. I'm not sure. And I have some tangerines, some passion fruit. I have some tree tomatoes and some tangerines again. These are really, really sweet, and these are also tangerines, also quite sweet. All right, so I have my fruits ready. I decided to get some arrowroots as well. I've already cooked some, but this is what is remaining. I need this for breakfast. And then I have tomatoes for my stews. I have carrots. I have green banana. I really love matoke. It's really, really a delicious meal. And then over here, I have spinach, which I bought, washed, and packaged into these bags already. So why I did this is when I want to cook, I just pick one, cook it, and that's it. And I don't have to keep going to the not hospital. My head is still ringing hospital. I don't have to keep going to the market to buy green vegetables. So I have these are enough for like 4 meals. Yeah, and that's how I've prepared myself in terms of food. Of course, I have other food stuffs like rice, spaghetti, baking flour, yeah, wheat flour and maize flour. Those are enough, and I think I'll be fine. The other thing I got, don't mind the mess in my kitchen, is some eggs. All right, so this comes in handy as a quick snack. All right, so That's what I got. That's a first tip. As I would just want to emphasize, ensure that you have your food plan. So I don't know why it keeps muting, but yeah, just make sure you have a food plan ready. So hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are 6 weeks old and we are going to get our 6 weeks vaccination. So that's what I'll be sharing in this video. But basically I just wanted to come here and encourage any new mom out there. It can get really stressing, especially with the vaccinations. I've done this twice before with my two other kids, so this is my third child. So I kind of know what to expect, but for that new mom who is doing it for the very first time, I want to encourage you and maybe share a few tips here and there. The first one being follow what your nurse says. There are some tricks and tips that people like to share out here which are not very good for your kid. For instance, the first one being giving your kid some painkillers before going for the vaccination. What this does is it tampers with the vaccine, which is a medicine that your kid is going, or rather your child is going to get vaccinated with. So the moment you give your child some painkillers just right before you go to the hospital to get the vaccination, it defeats the whole purpose of that vaccine. And for some reason, at least that's what I've been told at the hospital, it messes up the entire function of that vaccination that was supposed, whatever it was supposed to do. All right, so avoid that. Just believe in yourself, because believe it or not, you can do it. You can get through it. We have gotten through it with the first child, the second child, and today we are also going to get through it. I'm very hopeful about it. And yeah, so that is the first thing. Follow what the nurse tells you. Don't give your child any pain medicine before the injection. Depending on what vaccine you're going to get that day, if it's something that is going to be oral, that means it's going to be given to your child through the mouth, then it's advisable to not breastfeed your kid very soon before he or she gets that vaccination, to avoid them spitting the medicine back out. There's polio vaccine and some other second one which I can't remember, but yeah. So what you need to do is breastfeed your kid, let's say like 30 minutes before they get it. They get the oral vaccination, so that the food has already settled in the stomach. They're not vomiting and spitting and all that. All right, so you gotta make sure that you do that. That's the second thing. So ensure that you have that's a second tip. Ensure that you breastfeed your child well in advance before the vaccination. All right, that's the second one. The third one is your child will become very fussy. There are some things which will happen after vaccination. There's pain. You know, the site of the injection is painful, and you don't want your child to feel to be in pain throughout this entire period. All right, so what you can do, normally our hospital advises us to wait at least 4 hours before we give any pain medicine. All right, so basically I think the first, second, third tips that I've shared here are more of medical tips. So with the painkillers, you can use Calpol, whichever painkiller your hospital recommends for your child who is 6 weeks old. Make sure that you give it at least 4 hours after the vaccination. This gives the vaccine medicine time to what do you call it? Time to work its to do its job. It gets time to do its job in the body, at least at 4 hours. Then within these 4 hours, what are you going to be doing? So this brings me to tip number 4. Ensure that you don't overdress your child. If you live in a cold area, make sure the room that the child is in is warm, and then reduce the clothing. Do not overdress them such that they are sweating, they are struggling with many clothes, and there's pain in their little legs. Yeah, so there's that. And then sometimes fever comes about, so it's good to just ensure that they're in a warm room, but not fully like not overly dressed. Just ensure they are warm and comfortable. The key thing here is comfortable. Keep your baby comfortable. That's the fourth tip. All right, the fifth tip, which might be my last tip, and if you have any other tip that you want to share, or I may have missed, because I know I may have forgotten some,
My apologies, my phone keeps behaving as if it's the one that's being injected with the vaccination. Keeps going mute out of nowhere for no good reason. Anyway, I'll get that fixed. For now, just bear with me. I will have to say the last tip on a voiceover and also end the video, so don't go anywhere. So my tip number 5 is for you as a mother to give yourself grace. Tap yourself on the back. If no one else is telling you that you're doing a good job, I'm here to tell you that you're doing a good job. All right, so give yourself grace, believe in yourself, and trust your instincts. If at that point you feel that you need to wash your child, please go right ahead and wash your baby. If you feel that you need to massage them to help them feel better, if that's what you feel will help, do it. All right, always ensure that whatever you're doing to make your child feel comfortable. If you're massaging, do it gently, mildly. Don't press the site with a hot towel. Use a warm towel. If you're going to wash them, just follow your normal bathing routine. Even if you wash them before you went to the hospital, just make sure the room is warm. Wash them, they feel comfortable, relaxed, maybe they even sleep. Give you an hour or two to breathe and relax. Take a break as a mother. Take a break. If the baby cries so much that you feel that you can't take it anymore, because that can happen, have someone handle the baby for you, even if it's for 20 minutes. You go take a shower. You go take a walk. Go breathe some fresh air. Go watch a TikTok, do something to help you take a break, like completely take a break. And remember that you're doing a good job. Even when you feel like you have to take that break, don't guilt trap or guilt trip, whichever the one. Don't do that to yourself. All right, you're doing a good job, and I know you can do it. You can get through this. It's not a nightmare. It's not a monster. It's something that you can overcome. So go right ahead and enjoy your vaccination. It's important to get your kids vaccinated, and it also depends with which method you're going to choose. If you choose the normal vaccination or the baby friendly vaccination, all are okay. All right, personally I've done both, and just my personal choice, I prefer the normal vaccine. It's cheaper, and it still works. Your kid will get through it in a day, the same way with the baby friendly vaccination. So go make your choice. If you feel that you really need the baby friendly, go for it. Let nobody advise you otherwise. Alright, see you in the next video. Bye.